His name is Simba, the son of Mufasa, the king of the forest. When he was born, the whole country celebrated and all the animals cheered, because Simba would be the future king of this grassland. But all this made the king's brother Scar very unhappy, because once Simba inherited the throne, it meant that he might never have the chance to become king. So he thought of a plan to attack Simba, and then lied to Simba that there was a mysterious place deep in the forest, and that only truly brave lions dared to go there. In order to prove his bravery to his father, Simba brought his girlfriend Nala with him, prepared to go and find out. But as soon as he walked in, Nala smelled danger and advised Simba to leave quickly. Simba lied down. Maybe there is danger. I will laugh at the danger in front of you. Ha 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 ha. At this time, a group of hyenas appeared. They were surrounded by each other and were about to be eaten by hyenas, but Simba was not afraid. Did you hear me, future king? Don't hurt me again. It turned out to be the Lion King. With just one mistake, the other side was scared and fled. This was the first time Simba saw his father so brave, and he instantly had a direction in life. In this way, a group of hungry hyenas watched the Lion King leave with the little lion. Seeing that the plan failed, Scar was very unhappy. At night, Scar came to the hyena group and reached a cooperation with the other party. As long as he ascended the throne, he would never let the hyenas go hungry in the future. The next day, Simba was taken to the canyon by his uncle Scar, teaching him to practice roaring, but he didn't know he had stepped into a trap. The young lion was practicing roaring, and a large herd of cattle suddenly rushed into the usually quiet Grand Canyon. Simba reacted and ran away, but the usually docile cattle chased him relentlessly, because they were being chased by hyenas, and it looked like they were doing it on purpose. Fortunately, Simba climbed up a dead tree at this time. He held onto the branches tightly and dared not move, but it was not safe here. Just when Simba was about to despair, he suddenly saw a figure, and it turned out to be him. The father of the lion came over, comforted his son not to be afraid, and encouraged him to climb down slowly. As the lion was knocked away, Simba also fell into the herd of cattle. Just when the little guy was at a loss, the lion came in time, grabbed him in one bite, and then crossed the herd of cattle to send Simba to a safe place. Fortunately, the Lion King was strong and jumped to the steep half-wall. Under Simba's watch, the Lion King climbed up with difficulty until he was out of sight. But when the Lion King was about to climb to the top, he ran into his brother Scar. Scar saved me, long live the king. The herd had passed by. When Simba arrived, his father was no longer breathing. No matter how he touched him with his claws, he didn't move at all. Simba knew his father was dead. He was helpless to see his father, who had protected him, pass away. He could only lean on his father's arms, looking for the last bit of warmth. At this time, his uncle Scar arrived. Simba felt very guilty, but also helpless. What should I do? Go quickly, Simba. Leave here and never come back to kill him. Simba rushed to the cliff while fleeing, but fell down. The hunting dog thought he would definitely fall to death, so he did not check. Little did he know that Simba survived under a dead tree. He was full of self-blame, but he was reluctant to leave. But he had no choice but to leave here. He walked aimlessly in the desert and was about to starve to death. Finally, he was rescued by a wild boar. The wild boar advised him that if he wanted to change the future, he must let go of the past and start over, and took Simba back to the forest. But the small animals in the forest were all scared and fled after seeing the lion. In order to eliminate the fear of the animals, Simba actually started eating insects. You have never seen a lion eating insects, and eating them with relish. It made you in front of the screen cry with greed. Simba lived very happily here. In the blink of an eye, he had grown into a lion, but on the other side. Under Scar's rule, the whole grassland was like hell. Almost all the animals on the ground were eaten by hyenas. The lionesses had long been dissatisfied with Scar, but they were no match for him. At night, Nana, Simba's childhood friend, quietly escaped from here. Simba, who was still unaware, looked up at the sky and seemed to be homesick. He shook his head and a small strand of hair fell off. The hair fluttered in the wind, flew far away, over mountains and rivers, and then drifted to the other side of the desert with the wind. Finally, the wise man who held Simba when he was just born found him. He recognized the owner of the hair at a glance, then laughed and came to the tree. Simba, he is still alive. At this time, the wild boar was still strolling with his friends in the forest, and suddenly a lioness rushed out. The wild boar was so scared that it ran away and was about to be caught. At the critical moment, Simba pounced on it. Nala was very happy because Simba was still alive. She hoped that Simba could go back to inherit the throne and drive away Scar. But Simba was still immersed in his past mistakes and refused to face them. Finally, Nala had to leave disappointed. Just when Simba was at a loss, the wise man found him and took him to the river. Simba looked at his reflection in the water and seemed to see his father. Simba, you must stand in your eternal position, I can't. You must remember your identity. You are the real king. Okay, let me ask you again, who are you? I am Simba, the son of Mufasa. At this moment, Simba understood what to do. He caught up with Nala and decided to go with him to save the grassland. On the other side, Scar was attacking the queen. At this moment, Simba appeared. Faced with Simba's sudden appearance, Scar showed a trace of fear, because he thought Simba was dead, but relying on the many hunting dogs around him, he pressed Simba step by step. Just when Simba was about to fall off the cliff, Scar finally told the fact that he killed the old king. After hearing the truth, Simba exploded instantly. He rushed directly to the top of the mountain to fight with Scar, and the lionesses also rushed up. Scar, knowing that he had been defeated, began to beg for mercy, and Simba said the same words as his uncle did. Go quickly, Scar, leave here and never come back. Of course, as you wish, your majesty. Finally, the whole forest returned to peace under the rain, and Simba ascended the throne. Nala was his queen, and not long after, they gave birth to a son, and this little guy would be the next Lion King.